There we go. I'm live. There we go. What's up? How's everyone doing? Captain Freedom being here early. We got Thomas, Ben Parsons, Leo, Matthew. How you guys doing? Doctor Strange One. What's up? How many of you guys actually read Black Mirror? How many of you guys actually read it? The best Batman book of all time. How's everyone doing? How many of you guys read it? Let's see if anyone in the chat read. Because most of these, every time I've done them, I always give like at least a week in advance, sometimes 2 weeks. Still like no one read it. Hey, Ben Parsons read it. Hey, I don't know how to pronounce your name, man. I'm just gonna call you Haney. Okay, so we got 2 people that have read it in the chat. Oh wait, 3 people, because Jolly Zachary read it. Oh, that awesome guy read it. But yeah, this is my favorite Batman book of all time, Batman the Black Mirror. And it's where Bruce Wayne isn't even Batman. It's where Bruce it's when he comes back after the whole Final Crisis event with Darkseid. So he comes back and he sets up Batman Incorporated. So Dick Grayson is still Batman during that time. So Dick Grayson's Gotham Batman. Batman's going all over the world, setting up Batman Incorporated, setting up his sort of like world police task force of Batman, and he's setting that whole thing up. And so Dick Grayson's still Batman, and I love it. My favorite Bruce Batman book is Hush, but my favorite overall Batman book is definitely the Black Mirror. It's so good. I love the 2 artists on it also, which is Jock and then Francisco Frenic. I don't know how to pronounce that last name. Frenicavilla? I don't know. I'm assuming that's maybe how you pronounce it. But yeah, it's definitely my favorite Bat book. I love it. Everything in it is done so well. It's executed very well, and also I love who the main villain is, which is James Gordon. I like the whole like hiding in plain sight deal, which James Gordon is Jim Gordon's son. Or we gotta find out what comic to read. Twitter. I always announce it on Twitter, which I didn't announce when we were going to be talking about, but I did say on Twitter that we're gonna be talking about Black Mirror because because that's what won on the poll. Get my Twitter here. Let me see if I can find the tweet where I put the poll out, because I always put a poll up after these streams about what comic we should talk about. Everyone voted for Black Mirror. Let's see. Where is it? Here it is. Here's a tweet. Yeah, it got 50% of the votes. Here, that was the tweet that I put up asking everyone which one we should do. I think Hush is actually underrated because a lot of people hate the ending because of the fact that Riddler was behind it all. See you, Ben. But yeah. Hey, Addison sponsored. Now she's got the emotes. I've got 2 sponsors. Let's go. But yeah, so anyways, let's talk about this book, because there's a lot going on in it, and the thing that I really love about this book so much is the fact that it brings Batman back to like sort of his detective roots, because that's the main aspect of Batman that is missing most of the time. Even when on great writers, when they write Batman, they always forget about the detective aspect of the character. And even though this isn't Bruce Wayne, it's Dick Grayson, it still has the detective aspect, and I really like that because it's missing all the time, especially from like any sort of media version of Batman. Like in The Dark Knight, that was one of the biggest complaints, was the fact that like he never did anything himself. He kind of just used a computer for everything, and that was kind of it. So yeah, but yeah, now that you're a sponsor, you get the badge and you get emotes now. Since I only have 2 emotes up on here, I have 2 more I could make, but I don't know what I should make them. But yeah, now you have emotes to spam. Anyways, the book starts off talking about how there's this guy who's the dealer, who he auctions up just random things in Gotham that are they're like crime related, like, oh, here's Riddler's leotard. Yeah, those are my 2 emotes right now. Got me and then Bane breaking Batman's back. That Bane one's tiny. I need to like change that. You can barely even see that one. I don't know. Anyways, so, I was seeing top 10 Bat books. There's so many more that I think are better, like A Lonely Place, Dying, No Man's Land, etc. I always see No Man's Land put up above it. But anyways, yeah. That's like the first 3 issues. It's all about him going there. and taking down the dealer. And then we see later that has a connection to James Gordon, and James Gordon is Jim Gordon's son, because James Gordon is like, he's born a little weird. He was like, it wasn't autism or anything, but there's something wrong with him to where he's a psychopath. He has no empathy for people. He doesn't feel anything. He just wants to hurt people, especially people that bully him. So he's a really weird kid, but he's one of those like right place, right time sort of people to where, oh, he was there when this thing happened, but there's no proof that he did it. There's no proof at all. Like, he didn't. There's no way we connect him from A to B. Even though you can, it's like OJ basically. You know how OJ's like, yeah, everyone obviously knows OJ did it. There was actual evidence and stuff. It's just prosecution stuff failed really hard. But there's no way to really concrete say that OJ did it, but everyone knows it. That's basically what it was with Jim Gordon's kid. He was always just, you knew he did it, but you couldn't do anything about it. So he shows up one day in Gotham, and he shows up, and Barbara is automatically like, that dude's a murderer, I don't want anything to do with him. Jim's so conflicted because it's his kid, so obviously he likes his kid, but he knows his kid's a weirdo whack job that probably has killed people, but he's not 100% sure because there's been no proof. And his kid's like, no, I'm on a new drug trial, and so I'm okay, it's fine, there's nothing wrong with me. He's like, it's all good. And Jim doesn't know to believe him or not. So there's a lot of conflicting things there, and I like the whole hiding in plain sight deal because they automatically tell you at the beginning. They're like, hey, here's James Gordon, who's like a murderer pretty much. You decide if you think he's a murderer or not. We'll tell you by the end of the book. And then later on, through all these different trials, tribulations, and things that happen in the book, they sideline you with, they sort of sideline James Gordon because Joker comes in for like one issue. And when that happens, instantly you forget about James Gordon. Like, it's a really good distraction because you don't even think about James Gordon. Your mind automatically thinks Joker, 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 Joker. So you don't think, like, when these crimes happen that, oh, it's James Gordon doing it. You think, oh, it's the Joker. Because Barbara Gordon Sr., Jim's first wife, she got hit with some Joker talks, and you automatically think it's Joker because Joker broke out of Arkham, and you're like, oh, that's obviously Joker. But then it turns out, no, it was James Gordon. So I really like how that was done. Because Joker's been broken out, Joker's the main focus, you think it's him, and then Joker starts telling Batman, he's like, it's not me, you idiot. But that part's a little weird, though. Like, I'm a little confused by that part in the book, to where Batman's going and he captures Joker again, but it's a little weird because I don't get what Joker's plan was. Granted, you never really understand why Joker does what he does, but he kind of just gets out of Arkham and then immediately gets captured again, like he kills some people and then he runs and gets captured again. Like, he didn't really try to do anything besides he tells him that he misses his Batman because he knows that obviously that this Batman is a former Robin and not Bruce Wayne, not his Batman, as he tells him. He's like, tell Batman I miss him. I want my Batman back. It's a little weird. So that part, though, I didn't understand what Joker's plan was, because I know James Gordon broke him out of prison, but I thought Joker would have done something instead of just immediately getting captured. But he didn't do anything. He kind of just killed some people. But that part was really cool where he tells him, he's like, that's not me. Because Dick starts asking him about the Gordons. And he's like, why are you always messing with the Gordons? And he's like, that wasn't me. But I still don't get why he did what he did. Hey, thanks, Darian. Thanks for the $2, man. I really appreciate it. Have you read Black Mirror, Darian? But yeah, I really appreciate the $2, man. Anyways, I really love that part. And also, the art in this book, like I said, by Jock and Francisco, is amazing. They both have their different tones. Well, not different tones. They have both their differing art styles that fit the tone of this book really well. Because this book is very dark and dreary, and probably one of the more creepy sort of DC books. Like the creepy vibe, like they give you a good like scary feeling. Like it always has that sort of like when you play the Arkham Asylum for the first time. You have that sort of like that presence of like, this is just a creepy place. See you, Cameron. Thanks for stopping by stream, man. But yeah, that part is I love that essence of the book, and they both have a really well done like with how that's handled. The art, just flipping through this so well. Jock does such a great job with how he draws Batman, and like some of his just single pages are some of the best. You don't own any Batman books, but this will probably be your first. Okay, cool. Let me know how you think of them since you don't have any Batman books, because these will be interesting first-time books. Thanks, Dylan's story. Yeah, just flipping through this, the art's so good. It's just like the perfect creative team. But overall, I really did love this book. And my only like real gripe with it is the same gripe I had with Death of the Family, not Death in the Family, but Death of the Family, which was also done by Scott Snyder, which is the fact that so much goes on and throughout the entire book, and it's really cool and it's really well done. But then by the end, nothing really changes. Like nothing is really different. Nothing has a big impact. Like by the end, everything's the same. Everyone's safe. Barbara doesn't die. Jim doesn't die. Barbara Senior doesn't die. Everything's fine. Like there's nothing that really happens by the end of the book. Like everything's going on. It's really cool. It's really well done. I like the way it plays out until the end, and then it's like, okay, nothing really happens. I kind of wish like Barbara would have died or something, but not, or Jim or something, but or even Barbara Senior. But in the end, James Gordon came back to Gotham and did a whole lot of nothing. And that was it. You got the Infinity Gauntlets prop. No, I'm not gonna get the prop. At least I don't plan on it. Who knows? I'll probably do a stream like this on Infinity Gauntlet though, which could be fun. But yeah, so that's something I didn't like, because that was also another thing that Scott Snyder did in a Death of the Family. Because in that book, there's all this hype built up, and Joker was like cutting people's face off, and everything was like, oh man, what's he gonna do? And it was done really well up until the end when it turns out, oh, Joker did absolutely nothing, and then it was kind of like, why couldn't he have done something a little more? Like that was kind of lame. Instead, he just did nothing, and that's what happened in this book where James Gordon did kind of nothing. I really wanted him though, like when the Arkham Knight and everything was coming out, I was hoping that James Gordon was the Arkham Knight, because it's like, who's someone that's not too obvious that they could go with? Oh, James Gordon. No one would think of James Gordon. So I was like, James Gordon would be an awesome Arkham Knight. And it's like, no, it's Jason Todd. And it's so lame. Man, this panel's so creepy. When James Gordon like was mutilating that dude in the basement, he took his jaw off, his eye out, his limbs. Oh, that is like, if you guys can see that, like, look at how creepy that is. Ugh. Yeah. It's like terrifying. I also love seeing like the sort of more lighthearted Dick Grayson in this book compared to Bruce when handling all these dark situations, like when they're taking some dudes out. Also, I love the relationship between Dick and Tim, because they're very much like brothers, and they talk like brothers and argue like brothers, and I really like that relationship. I wish we would have gotten a little more of that. Yeah, it would have been way better than Jason Todd, because everyone saw Jason Todd going. But yeah, Tim was great in this book. He was very seldom used, but when he was in the book, he's done really well. I liked, like, there wasn't really a character in this book that I didn't like. There wasn't anyone that was like, that's stupid. I liked the dealer. I liked Tiger Shark, even though he was in it for very little. What's up, Savon Clark? I liked, obviously, Dick, Tim, and Barbara, and Jim. I'd say Dick and Jim are probably the stars of the book. Yeah, I agree. I wish Dick and Tim would act more like they used to, at least together, because we don't really get a whole lot of those two together anymore. Well, is Tim back yet, or is he still dead? I don't know what's going on with that, because I know he died. I don't know if he's back yet or if he's still dead. I know his future counterpart came back, because I read like the Super Sons of Tomorrow. And I know the future alternate timeline Tim came back, but I don't know if the actual Tim's back yet. What's going on? How's it going, King Dinosaur? Yeah, it's a hard book to talk about with Black Mirror, because it is very much all about like the nuances and like how the mystery plays out, and it is very much a detective book, which I really like. Tim's back, but DC doesn't care about him. What books is he back in Detective Comics? That's the book he was in before, right? Is that the book he's in now? In Detective Comics? Yeah, there's not a whole lot else to talk about. That's the only thing that sucks with this stream. Thanks, Dylan's story. But yeah, I really like this book. It's just, it is very much a mystery book, so when people haven't read it, it is a little hard to talk about. So is Tim back in Detective Comics? What's going on with Tim? Because I haven't kept up with that. So only DC books I have on my pull list are Superman, Action Comics. Is that it? I can't remember if I have anything else. Oh, and Nightwing. I have Superman, Action Comics, Nightwing, I think that's it for my DC books. I think I can't remember if I have any more on my pull list. I think that's it for DC books on my pull list. Yeah, he's a detective. He came back in September. He came back all the way back in September. How long was he dead for? It doesn't seem like he's dead for very long. What happened with him, anyways? I didn't read that whole story arc because when DC Rebirth first came out, uh, what's up, Gaming Ninja? But when Rebirth first came out, I read the first issue of every single like Rebirth book, and then picked up what I liked from there. Yeah, I still need to put Terrifics on there because it's Jeff Lemire's book. I really want to read that. It's just man, money. Mm. He was captured by Mr. Oz. That's what happened? Are you serious? I didn't even see. They like never mentioned that in any of the Superman books. You think they would have? Is Batwing even still a thing, or did he get like erased? Because I know Batwing was a thing in the beginning of New 52, but then that was it. No, it's not a beer. It's a vanilla cream. It's a cream soda from Bedford, which is a local place in Washington. So he never died. I don't know why they didn't mention that in the Superman books. So they read all the Superman books. You think they would have mentioned something? Oh, Batwing's there? Okay, so Batwing is still a thing. I didn't know if if after New 52 they were like, he's gone. I didn't know. Is Clayface still part of that Detective Comics book? I don't even know if that book's any good because I like read the first issue. I was like, it's not bad, but it's not for me. It's not something I really want to spend money on. But yeah, I guess we could talk a little bit about Doomsday Clock, because the only thing is with Black Mirror, there's not a whole lot to talk about. It's not like 2 people in the stream read it, and also considering it is a detective book, it's hard to really talk about people who haven't read it. But it is a great book, and you definitely should read it if you haven't ever read Black Mirror. Tim was reborn. Yeah, because I just got after like not going to the comic shop for like 2 weeks or something like that, I just got my pickups. And I read Doomsday Clock today, but I haven't read the rest. I got Doomsday Clock, Old Man Hawkeye, Nightwing, and Superman. Which I think Nightwing, this is the last issue of the Judgment storyline, which I've been really loving. I love that storyline that Sam Humphries has been doing. So I'm excited to see how this last issue goes, because I'm really sad to see Sam Humphries off the book, though. Like, that kind of sucks, because Sam Humphries has been killing it in Nightwing, and now we're going to be getting Benjamin Piercy, which is like, maybe he'll do good, I'm hoping, but it's going to be hard to follow up with this just one storyline Sam Humphries did, because Sam Humphries did amazing. If any of you guys have been reading Nightwing lately, it's been so good. I love the Judge as a new villain, and I would honestly love if they followed this run for the Nightwing movie. It's been really good. I think your next poll is going to be probably right after this stream. We'll talk about it. I'll ask you guys for suggestions and we'll do it. Tim wasn't Reborn. I don't remember Tim ever being mentioned. Well, Reborn wasn't if you're talking about Superman Reborn, that wasn't Mr. Oz though. That was, what's his name, Mr. Mitzelblick. I don't know if he wrote the hipster Batgirl or not, but he's been great for Nightwing. I love the current Nightwing series. I know the Nightwing movie is a thing. It's happening, but from the Lego Batman movie director. He's making it. I'm hoping it actually happens. Yeah, I don't know what else Sam Humphries have written, because I haven't really paid attention to him until he got into Nightwing. I was like, man, it's really good. Because I was falling off on Tim Seeley's run on Nightwing, because when I read it, it was just It wasn't that. The first 2 volumes were good, then after that it kind of fell off because he started focusing on other things. It was in 1 page of Reborn with 1 page of Mr. Oz. Okay, that's probably why I don't remember it. So I was like, Reborn was Mr. Mitzelblick and him like combining New 52 with pre-New 52, which I thought was stupid. I thought Reborn was kind of pointless. Will you ever play Injustice 2 again? I need to. I always say I will, but I haven't gotten around to it. Maybe if I ever get a weekend off, I will. I'll try to stream like the oh, sorry for the yawning. I'm a little tired today, but I'll try to stream like the story, because I always said I would, but I haven't gotten around to it. See, so I'm into superheroes as well, but I don't really concentrate or watch reels because you're also hilarious. Thanks, Gaming Ninja. I really appreciate that, man. Six blue-haired girlfriend was the best character ever. Oh god, I know you're joking. She was the worst, and I hated how they kept focusing on her. Her name was like Pigeon or something like that. I don't remember. It was awful. I don't get why Tim Seeley gave her so much space in that book. It was like, I buy this for Nightwing, not for her. I think everyone wants to have some Nightwings to Scream 6. Old Man Hawkeye's pretty good. Once it's over, I'm probably going to hop into Old Man Logan. Yeah, Old Man Hawkeye has been really good. I said this before, like on my first one of these type of streams. I said that Old Man Hawkeye is the best series coming out of Marvel right now, and I still believe that. Hey, thanks, Matthew. Thanks for hitting the sub and the bell. It's so stupid that YouTube has you do that you have to hit subscribe and the bell. It makes no sense. It should be you hit the subscribe button, you get all their videos in your feed. But if you hit the bell, then you should get like a notification on your phone and your email. But instead, it's like, oh no, if you hit subscribe, you'll get like 30% of their videos in your subscription feed. It's so stupid. Yeah, Chris McKay is his name. That's the director of the Nightwing movie. Yeah, the reason I'm not reading Old Man Logan right now is because I just don't like the artist. Like, otherwise I would, but I don't like the art. I mean, when I say don't like the artist, I don't mean like him as a person. I just mean I'm not a fan of his art style. At least for Old Man Logan. He's been on, what's he called? On Astonishing X-Men. He's on that sometimes, and it's not as bad, but when he does just Wolverine and like the Hulks and stuff, it doesn't look very good. So that's why I'm not picking that up, because I love Old Man Logan. I love Jeff Lemire's run on there. But then when it switched and I got that artist, I picked up the first issue, and then I was like, I'm done. I'm not a fan of the art style. Oh, which titles do you think will be mostly involved in Doomsday Clock? They said there's going to be no crossovers with Doomsday Clock. It's its own thing. Like, once Doomsday Clock ends, obviously everything will be, like, catch up to it. But, I mean, there's no, like, crossovers. So does Deathstroke have his classic suit back? Because I was watching DNC's latest video and it had Deathstroke with his classic suit. Oh, are you talking about the Silencer book? I don't know when that book takes place, so I don't know. Because I read Deathstroke in trades now. I don't read it issue to issue, so I don't know what's going on. Yeah, I saw the Logan movie. Yeah, I haven't picked up Silencer. Ooh, I can't stop yawning. So I don't know. When will you get back to playing Star Wars Battlefront 1? I don't know. I don't know if I ever will. Maybe if all my friends re-downloaded it, we'd play private matches. But other than that, probably not going to. Because I did have fun with that game, but it's like dead now. No one plays it on PC. So we have to do like private matches. I agree, DC Tweaker. In the Logan movie, I wasn't the biggest fan of X-23. I know a lot of people loved Laura, but I didn't. I think like kids screaming is one of the most annoying sounds on planet Earth, and for her to just constantly be screaming throughout that entire movie took away a lot of joy from it. It'd be like, oh man, Wolverine's tearing people up, and then I just hear, and I'd be like, oh god, please no. And it's just annoying. Thoughts on Dan Slott and Fantastic Four? I don't get why Dan Slott keeps getting books. Like, everyone complains about him. Like, the dude blocks every single person on Twitter that doesn't agree with him on everything. Do you watch Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.? No, I did not. I watched like first couple episodes of the first season, couldn't get into it. You like better Batman script, man? You must not have been around here long, man. Look what I'm wearing right now. It's Superman, obviously. After Infinity War, James Rogers is gonna be Phase 4. Where'd you hear that? Even on Twitter now? What are you talking about? Who's on Twitter now? What do you mean? Are you saying Dan Slott's not on Twitter now? See, is he? He wouldn't show up for me anyway since he blocked me. Yeah, I don't see him showing up. I don't even think he has a Twitter anymore. Yeah. Yeah, I don't see him on here, so I don't think he has a Twitter anymore. Granted, I'm blocked by him, so I don't know if I'd even show up. So, yeah. Do you still watch Arrow? Nope. It's hard to watch, like, live TV anymore. I've been spoiled by Netflix and, like, Amazon. So to watch shows like that, it's hard. And even HBO Go. I mean, HBO Now. Which, that's the next show I'll be watching is Westworld Season 2. I can't wait for that. Prepare for an hour version of that short Laura impression. Oh, can't wait. If Superman, Green Lantern had a fight, do you think Hal would even stand a chance? Hal would stand a chance, but I don't think he'd win. James Gordon Jr. screwed up in the head. Yes, he is. He's very messed up. Like, especially seeing Black Mirror. Has he even been in anything since Black Mirror? I don't know. But at the end, he got a freaking he got a knife right next to his eye and then shot in both legs. So that dude's done. You recommend the Flash show? I haven't watched it since like the beginning of season 2, so I don't know. Yeah, it is rare not to be blocked by Dan Slott. So yeah, it's if you weren't blocked by Dan Slott, then you're probably doing something wrong, to be honest. Because that guy blocks everyone. What's a comic book character? Oh, what that? Why do you get blocked by Dan? I don't know. I just looked one day and I was blocked. Let's see. Because I don't even see him on here. Let's see what happens if I Google it, if his Twitter will show up. Let's see, Dan Slott, Twitter. Eh? Wait, Marvel Comics may. Wait, no, that's a change.org petition to take him off Twitter? I don't see him on here. Oh, I think it's. Yeah, his Twitter's gone. I found it. It's gone. He deactivated. Oh man. Green Arrow vs. Nightwing. I made a video on that forever ago. Like a long time ago. It's a really hard versus though, because they're very after. Granted, I'm talking about Green Arrow post Road to Jericho. Because prior to Road to Jericho, Nightwing would wipe the floor with Green Arrow. But post Road to Jericho, it'd be an actual fight. Agents of Shield's gotten better each season. The current season is great. Like I said, it's hard for me to get into shows that are like on networks and stuff like that. It's just hard to get into it to like keep up like week to week and all that. I don't know, Mike, who should get to play Robin Nightwing in a standalone movie? I'm honestly, I would be down with like Zac Efron as Dick Grayson. I think that dude would kill it. Honestly, do think he would kill it as Dick Grayson. Like he's proved himself past couple years. He's in the shape for it. He'd be. I think he'd be great. He's probably a little short. He's like a short dude. He's like 5'8" or something. He's really short. That's it. I didn't watch the Ghost Rider season. Agents of Shield because I haven't really watched it. Yeah, it was cool how Black Mirror they did that. Finally, someone else who read Black Mirror in the stream. But yeah, that part was pretty dope because when they found the toxin inside of Barbara Gordon Sr., how it turned out that she had that old Joker toxin that he hadn't used in forever. And it's like, why would he use an old toxin? It doesn't really make any sense. But it turned out that was because James Gordon Jr. had bought. Well, I mean, James Gordon had bought from some from that auction and used it, and that's why it was an older thing. That was pretty cool. I liked how they did the whole connect the dots thing. I love how that was handled. Thanks, mean. But yeah, I'm sorry this stream was probably like the worst of the streams I've done so far because I wasn't able to talk about Black Mirror very much. It's hard to talk about this type of book when no one has read it. Where on the others, I could like rant by myself for like 20 minutes about the book and talk about it, but with this, just by myself, it's harder to really talk about it. Consider watching Arrow Season 5 on Netflix. Have you read Your Deal Mark Waid? It's so good. I have seen most of Arrow Season 5, not all of it. And no, I've not read Irredeemable by Mark Waid. Let's see. What is Irredeemable? Nope, I've not read that. Looks interesting. It says indie book. Who published this? It's back in the. Let's see. 2009. Oh, Boom Studios published it. Okay. Yeah, I've not. I have not read that. Yeah, Zach is Jason. I feel like Zach would fit better as I feel like he could pull off Jason also, but I think he'd fit better as Dick Grayson because he's got that comedic timing, everything down. I don't know how he would be as like the way more serious guy. I don't know how he would do as that. To where a bit more comedic relief, he'd definitely do great. Roast Tico solo book. I wouldn't doubt it. Well, what characters are you into, Gaming Ninja? What characters do you want to read about? And no, Quick Killer, I do not watch anime. It's not my thing. I never got into anime. I love how back here you've got like the freaking tiny ass Deathstroke poster. Then you got the huge Fistful of Dollars poster. Like I just look back there and that thing is tiny, that Deathstroke poster. That's actually signed by Tony Daniel. I got it from a comic shop in Orlando when he was signing there. Would you want to play Tim Drake in a movie? Would I want to play Tim Drake? It's hard. It's hard to say. I don't know. I'd have to really think about that one for who do I want to play Tim Drake in a movie. Also depends like how old is Tim Drake? Is Tim Drake currently Robin? Is he Red Robin? Like who is he? Live stream too. We might do a Sweet Tooth live stream one day. I'll probably do a room tour eventually. I just need to clean up because it's really, really dirty and messy in here. I need to clean up. Yes, Deathstroke's still one of my favorites. I actually have a video on Deathstroke. It's going to be coming out probably this week because I wrote the script for it yesterday and recorded the audio. Now I just got to edit it. So I just got to, so everything like audio wise is done. I just got to edit the video. So Deathstroke video on Christopher Priest's run is going to be coming out soon, within the next week or so. I just gotta have time and everything to edit it. And then I'll be good. Okay, so he's Robin. So we're gonna say, Tim Drake's Robin. Say he's like 15 or something. I don't know, he's like 16. Who would I want? I'm trying to think of any teen actors. Like who are like, or who can pull off that era? Because, you know, every teen actor is actually like 22. What teen actors are there even though? I also can't even think of any. Like I can't think of any younger actors. I don't know. The dude from Gotham? Nah, I wouldn't want that kid. Logan Paul. Dude, yeah, I wouldn't want him to. Yeah, Tom Holland would be good with Spider-Man. Hey, Caden's finally here. You know, talk about your boy, Dick Grayson. Your friend read comics? That's like literally only one dude in my high school who reads. Yeah, like none of my friends read comics. Daniel Radcliffe. Daniel Radcliffe's like 32, Mike. Shut up. Finn Wolfhard. Like, Finn's a good actor, but I don't think he looks like him. I wouldn't want him. He doesn't look like him enough. Maybe the other kid, the one that plays like the youngest out of the group, when he gets older, I don't know how he'd look though. Like he could maybe do good as Tim Drake, but I don't. Nah, I wouldn't want Finn Wolfhard. Have you read Terrified by Jeff Lemire? No, I've not. Looking Paul Goth is all about that respect. I haven't heard of the idea of the next Doctor Strange movie. What's up, Jawbreakers? Ross Lynch. I heard that kid actually did really good. I wanted to see that movie he was in, the Jeffrey Dahmer movie. The trailer was really good, and I wanted to see it. I haven't gotten to see it yet. But that movie actually looked good. I heard Ross Lynch actually did a really good job playing him. Like, no joke. That's the thing, though. Like, these Disney actors occasionally can redeem themselves. Like Zac Efron, who, like, if all you had seen was High School Musical, you'd be like, no, I don't want that dude playing Dick Grayson. But then you watch, like, the Neighbors movies and stuff, and it's like, okay, he could maybe do a good job as Dick Grayson. Like, some of them have redemption. Like, Zendaya to me has not been redeemed, though. Like, she's still Disney Channel. I watched her in Spider-Man. She was just awful. Nope. I know a lot of people absolutely love her, and she's got, like, those tons of, like, insane Twitter fans. But no. Ansel Elgort. Ansel Elgort would actually be a good Dick Grayson. I'd be down for him as Dick Grayson. Mike's right though. I'd be down for him as Dick Grayson. Joseph Gordon-Levitt would obviously be the perfect Dick Grayson, but he's already got ruined by Nolan, so he can't be him. Yeah, she doesn't need to be MJ, but she's an awful actor. It's not like where like you get redeemed, like like Perry White. What's his name? Lawrence Fishburne. It's like I'd rather have someone else as Perry White, but Lawrence Fishburne kills it as Perry White. He is great. Like he doesn't look like Perry White obviously at all, but he's great. To where with Zendaya, it's like she doesn't look like her and she's not a good actress. There's literally no upside. To where at least when you have like Lawrence Fishburne, it's like at least he's great at playing the part. With Zendaya, it's like she's not even great at playing the part. She's awful. She's so cringy in like every scene. That's what she was. She was really cringy in Spider-Man. Like every time she was in there. And then when she's like, Spider-Man, my friends are up there. It's like, oh god, why do bad actresses like always play MJ? Like the chick who played her in Sam Raimi's movies was awful. She's good and stuff later on, like in Fargo, but in those movies she was terrible. I hated her in those movies. I've never been a Mary Jane fan though. Mary Jane's always the worst part of a Spider-Man book. She's always like holding him back. I think of Ice Cube being J. Jonah Jameson. We already have the perfect J. Jonah Jameson, who's currently playing Jim Gordon. That man was perfect. I would never want to. Like that's the thing. People are like they don't. No one wants to see anyone follow up Heath Ledger, even though we already got Jared Leto doing it. I wouldn't want to follow up being the next J. Jonah Jameson. Because that dude killed it in the original Spider-Man. Like, absolutely nailed that character to a T. Like, man. Or Ultimate. I haven't really read much Ultimate. But if you had to recast him, I don't know who I'd recast for JJ. Who would I cast? I don't know. Actually, now that that kid said Dylan O'Brien for like Dick Grayson, I would say what's his name? The other kid, Logan something. I don't remember his name. It was like Dylan O'Brien, Logan something that were up for Spider-Man. I'd say that Logan kid who was in who was in Fury. I would say him for like Tim Drake. I think he could do a good Tim Drake. But anyways, it's a little off topic. Johnny Depp for JJ. Yeah, Gwen was good and amazing. The problem was it was literally just Peter and Gwen. Those movies were so boring. Those movies were awful. Like so boring. Logan Lerman, that's his name. I'd take him for Tim Drake. I'd take Logan Lerman for Tim Drake. I think he could be a good Tim Drake. For comics, I'd read him in Batman, Deadpool, and Green Lantern the most. Okay. Well, for Green Lantern, it's easy. You legit just read Jeff Johns' entire run. That's what Ian did when he got into Green Lantern. Just buy everything Jeff Johns. You start off with Secret Origin. Then you can work your way up and like go through Rebirth and from there on go. Then you should be good. For Deadpool, Daniel Way has a really good run on Deadpool you could read. And I love like the Elseworld stories and stuff. Like Night of the Living Deadpool is really good. Then for Batman, obviously your one's a great place to start. Then you can read. There's just so much Batman out there. And that's the thing. It's hard to suggest Batman because there's so damn much good Batman books. Because DC always puts their best writers on Batman. You can legit read anything. You could start off with Earth One if you wanted to, also, because those Batman stories are really good. I haven't read any of Mark Waid's Flash, at least not any trades. So I don't know which I prefer. Favorite X-Men book? Favorite X-Men book, if you're talking about just like X-Men themselves, not like their solo like Wolverine or anything like that. It's hard to say. I'd probably go with Dark Phoenix Saga. It's so good, but there's a lot of great X-Men books. Chris Claremont did amazing. I think of first season of Legion. I watched the first 2 episodes. I really liked it, but I couldn't keep up because, like I said before, I suck at keeping up with live TV. Like it's just not easy. It's not easy. Yeah. Yeah, I agree. Saggy Bones. Him becoming a villain after disappearing for 20 years was handled really well. I'd be down for Scorpion in a Spider-Man movie. What are your opinions on a new wave of Avengers coming in after Infinity War because Tony Stark and Steve Rogers have a high possibility to die? I mean, we already know that's gonna be happening. They already have a bunch of people set up, anyways. Like it's gonna happen. And Tom King's Batman is a force to be reckoned with, dude. Alright, you saw him grinding with one hand, souls like 600 of Bane's mercenaries trying to dogpile without using gear. Yeah, and he also beat Deadshot and Deathstroke at the same time, which is so stupid. Wally or Barry? I prefer Barry. I like them both though, but I prefer Barry just a little bit. Since you don't like Mary Jane, I guess that means you and I are the only ones who don't hate Kasana. I'm just not a... Just Mary Jane's always annoying to me. She's always like me, all about herself, and then always like detracting from Peter, and I feel like she just weighs him down. I felt like Gwen was much better with Peter, to where every book that Mary Jane's in, I'm like, can she just die already? Like, I just don't like her. She's just annoying. It's like, I've got my modeling career, blah blah. It's like, just go screw off. Do something else. Like, I don't like MJ. Maybe that's because my main Spider-Man is what's his name? J. Michael Krasinski's run. That she's awful. No, I've not seen Suicide Squad Hell to Pay. I don't know if I will, because like that cover art, like everything I've seen, I hate the way my boy Bronze Tiger looks. He looks awful. Just League Unlimited or Avengers Earth's Mightiest Heroes. Avengers Earth's Mightiest Heroes, easy. Slade and Floyd were fighting because of, if I recall correctly. That part was so stupid. I was done though, because Batman had been like nonstop the entire time too, and he was like, "I had enough," and he went and he just beat him up. It was so stupid. Like Deathstroke would take him out so easy. It's just. I might be streaming on Twitch later tonight. I don't know. We'll see. The Ultimate Universe stuff, putting in new Avengers so then they can recast new actors to the same characters. I doubt they'll do that. I wonder how many X-Men they'll introduce after this, though, because now that they have the X-Men, they can just be like, hey, we'll bring along fan favorites, and they can recast Wolverine, and that'll get everyone to keep the hype, you know? No, I've not watched the new Spider-Man cartoon. I don't know if it's any good or not. It's cool. You'd be up for a Ben Affleck Batman solo movie? Of course I would. Ben Affleck as Batman is one of the best part of the DCEUs. It's just, he looks like he hates playing Batman. Like, I have no clue why he got into it. Because he obviously chose to be Batman. Now that he's been Batman, he always looks miserable and depressed. He's always like, I don't want to do this. And then whenever anyone asks him about Batman, he's like, heard the new Spider-Man show is trash. Yeah, that's what I've heard pretty much. What I've been seeing, at least, when like the first previews and everything were announced, it looked, nope. Yeah, I'm excited for Infinity War. That's later this month. That's so weird. Infinity War is later this month. I'm seeing it on the 26th because we're already in April. Damn, that's weird. Is Batman supposed to look like that? Look like what? I'm off topic now. I don't remember what we're talking about. Spider-Man versus Batman. Who wins? Spider-Man. Batman wouldn't stand a chance. What do you think of a Robin versus Batman movie? We already got that stupid animated Batman versus Robin movie, which is awful. Pretty much, Thomas. Daniel, calm down, man. I don't know what time I'll be streaming on Twitch. Maybe right after this. We'll see. Excited and grumpy. Yeah. Why are we on Batman looking excited and grumpy though? I'm a little confused. What do you think of Into the Spider-Verse? Never read it. Spider-Man's like a character that I like, but I never read a whole lot of. Like I have first, I think 4 volumes of Michael J. Krasinski's run. Then I've got all of Mark Millar's run. Then I've also got Craven's Last Hunt, and then some random issues. I think Gwen being seduced by Osborn was retconned. I'm pretty sure. Pretty sure that whole weird thing got retconned because it was rather odd. Yeah, that movie was terrible. They had what angered me so much about Batman vs. Robin was they had a great platform to use. They had a perfect book to draw from with Court of Owls, and then they screwed it up and were like, "We'll make it Damien the movie again." Ugh. I don't get. No one really even cared for Damien that much, and they decided to build a whole cinematic universe around him. An animated cinematic universe is so awful. If Batman went against any Marvel character, who would it be? What do you mean? I played Spider-Man in Shattered Dimensions. Yes, I have. It's my favorite Spider-Man game, actually. I think I did a walkthrough of it, didn't I? I can't remember if I did a walkthrough of it, because I've beaten it a couple times. I'm pretty sure I did. I need to double check that. I can't remember. It's been so long since I've done a walkthrough. I used to do walkthroughs. There's a new comic book game. I would do one, but because Injustice came out for PC way too late for me to do a walkthrough. See, Shattered Dimensions. No, I didn't do a walkthrough for it. Okay. I've just beaten it a bunch of times, though. It's a fun game. A little repetitive, but it's really fun. Yeah, no one really loved Damien. There are people that hated Damien and people that liked Damien, but like no one really loved Damien. So it was kind of weird when they're like, hey, here's a Damien animated universe. I don't know when Spider-Man PS4 is coming out. Has that even gotten a release date? Yeah, Deadshot and Hell to Pay does look stupid. Like, all of them look pretty stupid. I absolutely hate those. I've said this a million times. I hate Bronze Tiger's look. Side Squad, Hell to Pay. I hate Bronze Tiger's look. It looks so awful. Why does Bronze Tiger look like that? Like his... It's literally just a black suit with some orange on the front and like a stripe. His suit is awful. I don't... Harley's look looks awful also, but I don't care as much about Harley, so I'm not as upset. It's where Bronze Tiger's always been cool, but he looks terrible. Like, his suit is so stupid. Like there have been some dope looks for Bronze Tiger. That is not one of them. Like when he used to wear like the tiger mask and looks like a legit tiger. That was badass. Instead of that, just remember when Bronze Tiger was like so underutilized in the Arrowverse? They had Michael J. White come in, and everyone was excited, and he was just awful. He did nothing. Even though he's supposed to be like one of the best martial artists. True. My favorite superheroes. I made a video talking about like top 10 favorite superheroes. Release date comes out tomorrow. Okay, is that true? I didn't know that. Okay, it's coming out tomorrow. Okay, I didn't know that. The release date. Can you just what are you expecting? I don't have really any expectations for Spider-Man PS4. What are your thoughts of the Death of Superman movie being set in the New 52 movie universe? I absolutely hate that. I hate that. I'm talking about the costumes for Suicide Squad Hell to Pay. Anyways, yeah, back to it. I hate the fact that they're doing New 52 Death of Superman. Because when they announced that, they're like, we want to do a comic accurate Death of Superman. I was like, yes, they're doing something right. And then they show screenshots and it's New 52 and the animation looks awful. And I'm like, no, why? They'll figure some way out to have Damian come in and kill Doomsday. Just watch. They'll figure it out to where Damian will come in and kill Doomsday. And Damian Batman will come in after Superman dies and he'll be like, we got you, Doomsday. You just killed Superman. Karate chop to the neck. And then that's it. Ugh, it's so stupid. I read the first issue of a Walking Dead comic, like the first ever issue, and that was it. I liked it, but didn't feel like reading anymore. Yes, I've seen Black Panther. You know, if people ask, but have you already pre-ordered? Yes, I have pre-ordered my copy of Action Comics 1000. I pre-ordered it like a while ago, like a month ago. Yeah, Earthbound was good. Only thing I disliked was how it was not as arrogant. Okay, I haven't read it yet, but I need to. What do you mean is Sweet Tooth its own book, or is it a series? Like, Sweet Tooth ended already, but it's like a couple volumes. I can't remember how many. I think it's like 5 volumes or something like that. I only have like the first 2, but it's good. Damien's way too OP. Doomsday versus Darkseid, who would win? Doomsday beat the ever-loving crap out of Darkseid, but turned out it was like a clone, a stand-in for Darkseid, because we can't have Darkseid getting beat. It was so stupid. But I still just say he beat Darkseid. Like, beat him to an absolute pulp. Dragged his body across Apocalypse. No one could do anything. They're like, oh, that was just a stand-in for Darkseid. It's like, then where was Darkseid? Cowering in a corner so Doomsday wouldn't beat his ass? That's exactly what he's doing. It's so stupid. Other games you play other than Battlefront 2, I play PUBG, CS, and I've been playing a lot of Far Cry 5 of late. I beat that a couple days ago. I beat that on like the 3rd day after it came out. I enjoyed Far Cry 5. I've been a Far Cry fan since Far Cry 3 though. Yeah, pretty much. He was like Grant Morrison's Batman, but he doesn't need prep time. Grant Morrison's Batman is so godlike. So it's kind of insane. Black Panther assignment. I haven't really read enough of either character to give a statement on that. On like who would win. Mainly when I read those characters, it's in like team books. Do you play Halo? Occasionally because Halo 5 is on what is not Halo 5. Halo 5 Forge is on PC, so I play that occasionally. It's fun. I just hate how it's limited to 60 FPS. If my friends play it, I'd play it more. And I've beaten Halo 1 and Halo Reach, and I played a lot of Halo 2 back in the day on my friend's Xbox. What team story are you most excited for to read in Action Comics 1000? I don't know. There's so many different teams in that book that have their own story. I haven't really checked on all the teams that are in there either. If I knew all of them, I'd probably say one, but I don't remember all of them. Have you ever played Just Cause? Yes, I love Just Cause 2. I haven't played Just Cause 3, though. Eventually, I'll get around to playing it, because I love Just Cause 2. I put so much time in that game. Pretty much. Halo 5 still triggers OG fans to this day. Yeah, because the story was so stupid. The multiplayer is really fun, though. I think if you don't like the multiplayer, then like there's just something wrong with you, because it is like arguably the best Halo multiplayer. But the single player is god awful. The single player is terribly done. That's the thing, because Halo has always been one of those few franchises throughout all of its like entries that has had a great single player and equally good multiplayer. Almost never do you get that now. You either get a great multiplayer with a lackluster single player or a great single player with a lackluster multiplayer. So Halo's been one of those few games that's consistently been like good multiplayer, good story, or great multiplayer, great story. But with this, it was like great multiplayer, awful story that took like 4 hours to beat. What cover of Active Comics are you going to get? I got the default one because I was ordering. They're like, which cover you want? I'm like, I don't know. Can you show me? They're like, we can't show you. We don't have it up. Or I'm like, okay, well that's cool. I don't know which cover I want. Then I'll just get the default. So I just got the default like Jim Lee cover. Josh Main. Yeah, Call of Duty, exactly. Call of Duty is one of those games that has good multiplayer generally, but terrible campaign. Besides a few, like COD 4 had a pretty good campaign and a great multiplayer. And then Modern Warfare 2 had a pretty good campaign and great multiplayer also. But then after that, like Black Ops actually had a good campaign, the first one. I'd say Modern Warfare 1, Modern Warfare 2, and Black Ops all were probably like the ones that had the most balance between multiplayer and story mode. But most games, like Battlefield 1, I played some of the single player and it was pretty fun actually. But the other Battlefields, like Battlefield 3 and 4, single players were atrocious, like nothing special to them, so generic and just eh. Battlefield 1 actually had some interesting single player though. I actually enjoyed some of that. Way better than the Battlefront 2 single player. That single player is awful. You guys watched me beat that in less than like 4 hours. It took me like 3 hours and something to beat that on the hardest setting too. Ugh. Yeah, I wouldn't want Mark Waid on a new Superman story. Where do you think Lois and John will fit into the Bendis Superman books? I have absolutely no clue. We'll find out. I'm hoping he does them well, but I'm kind of scared / excited for what Bendis is going to do. What's best zombie score on Black Ops? I don't know. I always messed around with zombies. CDC Tweaker, thanks for stopping by stream, man. You should play Splinter Cell Conviction and Pop Bean with Himps. I don't think he has Splinter Cell Conviction. We did play, we all used to play Blacklist, though. I love the multiplayer in Black. I love the single player also. Single player and multiplayer for Black was really good. It's just the multiplayer is so broken, which sucked. Thanks, man. Glad you liked the Mall Guide. What MCU villain did you like the most? If we're talking including the Netflix shows, then obviously it is easily Kingpin. If we're talking the movies, Warmonger and Killmonger are both pretty good, and so is Loki. Do you think MCU and DC are oversaturated and we need more dark ground and realistic movies? I Nolan trilogy. I think that's why I'm looking forward to Venom. I mean, of course I want variety. I would love variety of all kinds. That's what I think's cool with what Fox has been doing with like Deadpool and Logan. At least it changed things up a bit. So yeah, I think we could use more of like everything. You think they'll add some new Battlefront story? I don't know. They added that one campaign mission where you got to see Aiden die. That was just awful. I hope we don't play as your daughter now. If so, no one likes the character. Who after playing that campaign was a fan of Aiden? No one. No one liked Aiden after that. Like, because she's not an interesting character, and no one's gonna want to play as her stupid daughter either. Like, there's no like huge Iden fans. I agree. Superman's Birthright. Mark Waid's Superman Birthright is overrated. It's a good book, but it's overrated. Do you like Lee's new hair on Battlefront 2? What? I don't know what you're talking about. The chaos and typos there, mean. Yeah, we're getting towards the end of the stream. I should play Trouble in Terrorist Town. God, it's so long ago. Oh, I used to play that forever ago with James all the time. But yeah, getting to the end of the stream. So, let me know what comic do you want to talk about next week's stream. What comic? Just let me know. Give me some suggestions, and then I'll do a poll on my Twitter for you guys to vote, like I did last time, and then we'll do it. So just let me know what books you guys want to talk about. Hopefully, some people will read them next time. Welcome back, Frank. That gets just a lot. Killing Joke. No. I'm doing Tanslaughter Magnificaggio. Death of the Family. Certain Birthright. Killing Joke or Lethal Protector. War of Tom King's Batman. We could do something on War of Jokes and Riddles. Century comic. Which one? Which are you talking about that series that everyone loves? That like there's like Comics Explains like favorite graphic novel of all time. Remember him talking about before how he, like that Century comic was his favorite. I'm excited for Jeff Lemire's run on Century. Come on, guys. All your suggestions. Yeah, Jeff Lemire is doing a Century comic. I can't wait. You think we should use it as Mark Waid, Max Venus, and Dennis a lot? I mean, if the shoe fits. Civil War. I haven't read Civil War in forever. Justice comic. Batman: Lonely Place of Dying. AP. All-Star Batman and Robin. Hey, that lost in a vote last time. I put it in a poll and it lost. What did it lose to? I can't remember which poll that was against. I think it lost to Secret Origin? To Superman Secret Origin, if I'm correct. I'm pretty sure it lost to Superman Secret Origin. I'm not 100% sure. Arkham Unhinged. No, like, not enough people voted for All-Star Batman and Robin. Dark Knight Strikes Again. I don't want to go through that pain of reading that. Because Leaf All-Star Batman and Robin is fun to read and how bad it is. The Clone Saga. That's why I hear everyone hates in Spider-Man. I never read it, though. But I know a lot of people hate the Clone Saga. Like, absolutely despise it. See, any more? It's about to end the stream in a minute. Give me all of your suggestions. Green Lantern's National Core War. That's Ian's favorite Green Lantern book. Maybe do that. He absolutely loves that book. The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly. They probably did make a comic of that. Movie's great. Chris Chan, what? Deadpool and Cable comic. Which one? There's a lot of them. You gotta be more specific. There's like huge omnibuses of that. Deadpool and Cable. Heard of Movie World Express? Andre? No, I have not. I don't know what that is. Movie World Express Andre. What's that? Google it. Google to the rescue. Oh, is a YouTuber? Foul disgusting person on Earth. On wait, so wait, he's a pedophile? What? I don't know what. Someone said another video, the most vile, disgusting person on Earth, Andre, aka pedophile. I don't know who that guy is. He's a troll who hates no one. Okay. Robin, you're one, maybe. Let's see. American Jesus by Mark Millar. Red Hood Arsenal. Mark Wahlberg as Robin. Or The Rock. Red Hood Outlaws. Arrow, Time Comics. His life. Oh my gosh, Daniel, you're obsessed. Did you do the Hush? No, we haven't talked about Hush on stream yet. But yeah, I think that's it. I'm gonna end the stream here. Again, my Twitter, which is linked in the description down below this video in the description, you'll see my Twitter. That is where I'm going to be doing a poll. I'll collect like 3 comics from the chat, and then I'll put it in the poll, and then you guys will vote which one you guys want to talk about most. Hopefully some people will read it next time. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed. I had fun this stream. Sorry we didn't talk about the comic that much this stream, but yeah, I'll see you guys next week, hopefully. Peace.